I
Bad
swear,
Listener
you're
Online
such
is
a bad
back
listener.
outside. We're on my front porch in Hamtramck. We got Alex, aka Elevator Raider.
Thank you for having me.
So, like, how long have you been making music?
Producing, like, been playing around with it at least since like 2018, but only like got around to finishing things like at the beginning, like last year and into this year. And like I played some shows when I lived in Dallas back in 2018, 2019. But just recently been trying to make gigs happen and produce and put it all out there. You know, it's easy to just like have it live on your computer.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So how long have you been in Michigan?
Since 2020, December 2020. So like mostly 2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, it seems like it didn't take you too long to get tapped in and really find like a lot of people who are, you know, on a similar vibe and, you know, we started getting booked at some clubs and some cool spots. So what was that process like after moving here?
Yeah, I just found the small scene in Ann Arbor. I went to 8 Ball a couple times and I saw Will DJ Jinjo there. And he was wearing a House Music for All shirt. And I was like, oh, I love house music. And he's like, you should check out House Music for All at Elk Slide. And so I went there. And all of a sudden that just opened like a lot of doors of like very communal people who like care about the sound, care about the beat. And they just have been really open doors. Ian and Bats at House Music for All and Danny and Echo at Fallout Shelter, and like there's this really like small but like committed scene of people who are very open doors, and it's like it all of a sudden went from like not knowing anything in the area that like I didn't have to drive to Detroit for to all of a sudden having a lot of opportunities to
Shouts out to them. We were just with them on Friday. Ian and Bats are both super dope. I was tapping in with Ian's pop punk band a little bit.
Oh,
like,
nice.
You know, they're super tight too. We maybe got to get a set from them on some pop punk shit too.
Yeah.
But so how did you get involved in like house music and stuff in general? Was that always what you listened to, or?
No, it wasn't always. I was originally a trumpet player in college, and classical music was like what I did, and it's like helped me pay for college. And I never wanted to be like an orchestral musician, and started going to some shows towards the end of college, and just really found some electronic music that like first got me hooked was Aphex Twin, and started listening to like Tycho and some of that, and then like I started going to some festivals and finding house music of like just being like what I always liked at the very least, 4 on the floor stuff, and house and techno just like had that groove. I could always dance to it. It just like I like going beyond genres and finding different styles of music, but it was like if I have to listen to a genre, it's like you have to tell me what genre I want to listen to. It's like I know house or techno, even the worst house and techno I've heard, I'm gonna enjoy listening to like all the time, and it's just like really gets me going. And I've found like a lot of artists, especially in Detroit. There's so many incredible Detroit techno artists that are so inspiring and exciting, and like Robert Hood and Jeff Mills and people like that. It's just the stuff that they've done is just unreal and crazy inspiring.
So do you have like a lot of music out like on streaming or anything like that at the moment?
I've got one EP right now. It's called Reflections on SoundCloud and Bandcamp. Probably working to get on Spotify soon, but and I'm working on another album that's like trying to limit the tracks that I only use like 8 tracks in Ableton, and sort of like put some influences into it together. So we got about 1 track done there, just about, and then like a couple other projects going on that. So hope to finish that this year. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, sweet. So has it just been like Ableton the whole time you've been making music?
Pretty much, yeah. It's got so many functionalities, where you can, once you get comfortable in it, you can really just get a lot done.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you could definitely learn a new thing about Ableton every day for the rest of your life and still not like know everything.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I feel like you gotta figure out how to make it work for you. Like you don't have to watch every tutorial and figure out like how everybody else does it. Like that's very helpful, but like find what works for you, and you have to build it to do it that way. Like I DJ in Ableton, that's what we did today, and it's like if you build the DJ rack, it'll work, but it's like you can't just start without knowing any Ableton before doing like DJing in there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, for DJing, that's definitely like a really unique equipment, selection. And I feel like a lot of people, especially starting out, I think most people would just go to like virtual DJ or something like that. So, I mean, that's a really unique path into it, I feel like. So you're working on probably finishing the project this year. You got any bookings or anything coming up?
Let's see. Gonna try and do. I think we're doing Gear Lords in September. Gonna try and build a live set for that. I don't think anything on the books right now, but looking to do some things in the fall. So and in the summer, it's like whenever House Music for All or Fallout Shelter, Crystal Palace. You know, Pat talks about stuff like that. So yeah, definitely gonna be trying to do more gigs this year.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, awesome set. I think that was absolutely fire. You're a master of the APC.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, if book my guy. Hopefully, hopefully doing our set will help you get some bookings. I hope that's a good portfolio piece for you.
Yeah.
And
thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming out.
Hey, your setup's amazing. It's so
thank
cool.
you. You're the first one to ever use it. So thank you for blessing the booth.
Yeah.
And I think that about covers it. Anything else you want to say to the people?
Thank you for listening and keep the music going.
Hell yeah. All right, that's it. Peace.